Hallo, aspirant Nederlandstalige. Vandaag beginnen we aan een televentuur om het Nederlands accent onder de knie te krijgen. Hello, aspiring Dutch speakers. Today we embark on a linguistic adventure to master the Dutch accent. I know that wasn't Dutch, but I found it funny. It's definitely important to learn new languages. If you don't, you will die a horribly painful death, and all your ancestors will shame you forever. It is definitely important to learn a new language. If you don't learn a new language, you can't really tap into culture, history, geography. I feel like once you sort of learn a new language, you sort of get an insight into humanity, if that makes sense. So it's pretty cool. I recommend you learn Dutch, or any language really. All these videos or all these lessons that are out there, they definitely touch upon that, and we're gonna touch upon it here. Now, I know you guys are all very excited to learn the Dutch accent, so let's get straight to it. Laten we gaan. Let's go. Alrighty, that was some fun stuff. Let's move on to the technical stuff. It's why you're here, right? Let's go here. Daniel, remember to edit this part out. And vowels. So the I sound, instead of the long E sound, make it shorter and crisper. So a good example for that would be, if I were to say, she needs to feed the cat, it would be, she needs to feed the cat. E, make it more like the short E in bed rather than the long A sound. So the best chef prepared a feast. The best chef prepared a fest. And then U, similar to the French U or German, I think it's round your lips and produce a sound close to So a good example would be, the sun sets over the dunes. You'd say, the sun sets over the dunes. So you really want to emphasize the sound. Dune, there's dunes and then dunes. Dunes. So there's dune and then I sound so stupid doing this. Consonants. We got the G sound. So you pronounce it like... okay. Sorry, give me 3 seconds. You need to be very hydrated to do this dialect. It's kind of funny. That is probably going to be super loud. I'm not going to edit that out. My bad. But anyways, you pronounce the G like right? So in Scottish, loch, or the German Bach, it's very throaty. Typically, as Americans, in any other sort of English-sounding accent, we tend to say the CH sound as the K sound. K. We say school, loch, bach, but really it's more of a loch, bach. And then if you get really good at that sound, you can do Gollum. I know French has it as well, and some Middle Eastern languages have that sound as well. The R sound. So you for sure want to soften your R and make it sound like a gentle purr. So much like Spanish, where you roll your R, you don't really want to roll it too hard. If you roll it too hard, like example, the word birria, right? It's super dragged out. So for a gentle R sound, a good example would be, the red roses are really beautiful. So I know that was kind of hard, but you're trying to not roll it too much. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about stressing if you can get it good or not. You will naturally roll your R very slightly. It's kind of at the tip of the tongue. The red roses are really beautiful. As long as you're doing that, you'll never have to worry about rolling the R. It will always come naturally. Kick his ass, Miles! Kick his ass! Next up, we got diphthongs. So the AU and EU sounds are more or less the same. Nothing's really changed. For example, if I were to say the AU part, the brown owl is howling in the woods, it would still sound the same. The owl sound is still there. It's just if you were to speak it with a Dutch accent, it would be the brown owl is howling in the woods. So nothing really changed. EU, the curious student perused the museum, would still be the curious student perused the museum. So nothing really changed for that. It's still more or less the same. I love you, Barrett. I love you, Clem. Hi. Mom, get out! I freaking suck at doing inflection. So, how about you listen to this old-ass man, teach you how to do it, I guess. I don't know. It's super late, but shout out to Dave Huxtable for the video. Thank you, Daniel.
And number 1 is intonation. The Dutch language's preferred rhythm is called trochaic. It goes dum to dum to dum to dum to dum with stress on every other syllable. This is probably resulting from the sound of the clogs on the cobblestones, or maybe the rotation of the windmills. No, maybe not. That's not very scientific. Anyway, it kind of sounds like this. Lots of up and down on every other syllable. This is wonderful in that it makes you sound incredibly enthusiastic. So if you want to be a game show host for children, the Dutch accent is the best one.
I'm just shamelessly using other people's content, and I have no remorse. Next up, we got common words. So there's the word, it kind of looks like it says hagelslag. You actually pronounce it hagelslag. So hagelslag, what that means is chocolate sprinkles. They're used in bread, so they're sort of like toppings, and it's really popular in the Netherlands. And then you have a word that looks like it says gezellig. It's actually pronounced gezellig. And that one means it's like, it's not, there's no real English word, because the Dutch language kind of uses their own unique Dutch words that we just don't have in English. It's really weird. But what it means is it encompasses the idea of coziness, warmth, and a sense of belonging. It's so odd, but it is a unique Dutch word. And there are many other words that are similar to that word in the Dutch language. Alrighty, let's try some of the practice text. So, on the screen, you'll see a thingy that says something that looks like it says, hagelslag on my pannenkoek lekker gezellig. That sounds oddly sexual, but trust me, it's not. It will sound like this. My bad. Hagelslag op mijn pannenkoek lekker gezellig. So to slow it down. Hagelslag op mijn pannenkoek lekker gezellig. Now you give it a try. Let's see if you guys can do it. Awesome. Now that you guys spoke a little bit of Dutch, let's try saying that in English with the Dutch accent. It's not going to sound the same, but it loosely translates to sprinkles on my pancake. How cozy. If you were to say that in the Dutch accent, it would sound like this. Sprinkles on my pancake. How cozy. It sounds almost the same, but I'll try to slow it down. Sprinkles on my pancake. How cozy. So it's the same, but it sounds not the same, if that makes sense. You guys give it a shot. So now that you guys know how to speak Dutch, at least a little bit, and you guys know how to speak English in the Dutch accent, class, you might be wondering, but Daniel, these two phrases, although they mean the same thing in their respective languages, don't even sound remotely similar. And you know what? You're 100% right. So I'm going to give you the best phrase of all time. Will you ever use it? No. But it's fucking funny. I'm going to teach you. I like to go to the gym and kick the owner's ass. If you were to speak this in the Dutch accent, it would sound like this. I like to go to the gym and kick the owner's ass. If I were to slow it down, it would sound like this. I like to go to the gym and kick the owner's ass. You give it a try. See how you do it. I forgot to do the geography and cultures stuff, so I gotta edit that in. But in the meantime, look at this cool Warhammer figure, and that cool Warhammer figure, and that cool Warhammer figure. Alright kids, it's time to crack open the history book. Let's learn a little bit about geography and culture. So, the Netherlands, often referred to as Holland, it's a low-lying country in northwestern Europe. It's known for extensive canal systems like this one, iconic windmills like this one, tulip fields like this one, and picturesque cycling routes also like this one. Major cities like Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Utrecht contribute to the country's vibrant culture. Speaking of culture, they freaking love cycling. The Dutch love cycling, and bicycles are like super common modes of transportation. So like imagine you're pedaling through cobblestone streets. Yeah, that's the Dutch lifestyle. Canals. Amsterdam has a very famous and intricate canal system. They're not just waterways, but they're like super integral to the urban planning, and they provide a scenic backdrop to daily life. And then they got stroopwafels. I don't really know what the hell that is, but apparently these are like super sweet treats, and they consist of 2 thin waffle layers with a caramel-like syrup filling. They're pretty good, I guess. And I think they're crepes, or like scones. I don't really know what the hell these are, but I mean, they look good. Historical influences. The Dutch accent, for sure, reflects historical influences, and includes interactions with neighboring countries, trade routes, and colonial history. The Nayderlends. Oh my god! Now I'm speaking in the freaking accent. The Nayderlends. The Netherlands' seafaring history and economic prowess have left a lasting impact on the language and accent. By incorporating these cultural and historical elements in your understanding, and not only in... That's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And, I don't know, subscribe to my YouTube channel or die. I don't... I'm Batman.